We pay for housekeepers, but we also pay for window cleaners. And we have all these large windows, and we pay for someone to come and clean weekly. And they do an amazing job. But I remember the first time that they came, my son took his cupcake hands on our freshly cleaned windows and smeared icing on the window as he was trying to show me some shape he was making. And of course, my heart began to beat really fast. Then I reminded myself, this is the son that I prayed for. And then when my daughters followed behind and they thought it was funny to make more shapes, I said, these are the children that I prayed for. Those tiny handprints that were in the window were not a sign of chaos. They were a sign of life. And that perspective, with cupcakes smeared on my freshly clean window, soothed my heart. So whenever that happens, I breathe, relax, and I remember the blessing of help, but I also remember the blessing of family. Because home isn't just about perfection or being rigid. It's about nurturing life, creating memories, and allowing space for joy, connection, and a little cupcake on the window. So let me ask you a couple questions. Is your home environment nurturing or chaotic? Have you checked in with every member in your family to see how they're doing? Or are you coasting on autopilot? Do you feel peace when you walk through the door? Or does it feel like just another source of stress? Many of you are thriving in work because your work is ordered and is structured. Now it's time to bring that same order and that same peace and that same structure into your home. Remember what I said? A wise woman builds her home, and a foolish woman tears it down with her own hands. One way to tear it down is to be idle in the way you look to your household. Do not go in autopilot. God has anointed you to be the woman who can show up in her home, look very well to it, and be the keeper of her home, as I've taught so many times. You are anointed for that, but first you've got to get your passion back for it. Get back on track. I know it's not taught a lot for career women, more so women who are stay-at-home moms. Let me be very clear. I'm not a stay-at-home mom. I'm a career woman, but my career flows out of the overflow of what I've already put into my home and not the other way around. When your home is in order, it doesn't just bless you. It blesses everyone that's a part of that home. This is why the Proverbs 31 woman's husband and children arose and called her blessed. My prayer has always been, I want my husband and children to call me blessed and not cursed. So if you're feeling stretched too thin or burnt out, let's get back on track. This is your opportunity to restore it. I don't care how much time has gone by and how much you feel like things are just flipped upside down. With God, He can help you turn it right side up. In fact, in Feminine Woman Academy, this is exactly what we teach women to prioritize their home, meaning that they can step into success without sacrificing their softness or peace at home. So if you want more of this, there is always a description box right in this video to tell you about a very special workshop coming up where I'll tell you things like how I collaborated with Four Seasons Hotel. I'll just tell you a little snippet because if you don't know much about me, I was raised very, very poor. And I don't know why I didn't realize this until recently, but I never had a bed. I know that sounds crazy, but I never had a bed. I had a box spring and a mattress. I didn't know people actually had headboards because I didn't have one. But recently this year, I was hosted and my family by Four Seasons Hotel. Did you hear what I said? Four Seasons. I love Four Seasons Hotel. And you know how that came about? 3 ways. First one, prayer. I know. I can't get away from it. This is who I am. So I talk about Jesus all the time. I was actually in prayer on a Monday, and I was just praying. And then the second thing was I had a deep passion for my family. I said, the holidays coming up. I have a deep passion to just go somewhere and experience something with my family. And I said, wouldn't it be great to just go to Four Seasons? I know, I come up with things like that. So I reached out to them immediately. I think within a few minutes, the ball was rolling. And the third thing that happened was that they didn't see me as an influencer, like people who make content to influence you to buy something. They didn't see me as a content creator, someone who creates content has to, sometimes entertain you. I mean, I think I'm funny, but I'm not really entertaining. Entertain you in order to get contracts and things like that, brand deals. But they saw me as a brand. And this hotel not only gave me one of the most exquisite stays, but they hosted my entire family in one of the largest suites and connecting rooms. I think it was about 2,500 square feet. Okay, I lived in a 1,500 square foot house from the time I was 4 until my mom passed away when I was 25. For 21 years, we stayed in this small house. And our suite and connecting room was double the size of the house that I spent half of my life in. I could literally just cry. Ooh, okay. Because I became more than an asset, more than someone who could just make great content. They saw me as a very in-demand brand where they wanted to host me and my family. And I can tell you, my children are still raving about that. My husband still raving about that. So God blessed the order that I had with my family, and he also blessed the work ethic that I have, that a hotel like that would see me and say, I want to put your whole family up for an entire weekend. God blesses order. If you want to know more about how you can do that and how it can coach you into your next level so that you're not only getting promotions like so many of my students have, because another reason why you're burnt out is because you're overworked and you're underpaid. If you want to learn how to build a brand bigger than what you see on TikTok or Instagram, then go to the description box. It will lead you to a workshop that is only for the high achieving woman, the driven woman, the woman who wants to make her home and her peace the priority. I want to see you in that workshop. Until next time, talk to you soon. Bye.